This photo posted by Malika Andrews had me thinking about the landscape of the NBA, and with the Blazers recently winning the NBA Summer League title, it had me thinking how we celebrate our current players in the league as well. In this video, we're going to be talking about the NBA and how it should add some more awards to the league and what those awards specifically are, but also some of the past winners of these specific awards too. There are many awards to start with, so let's start with one the NBA has been waiting for a long time. The Comeback Player or Veteran of the Year can be split into two different awards but has the same criteria when earning the award. The NBA actually had a Comeback Player of the Year in 1981 but was replaced for the Most Improved Player. According to the league spokesman Russ Granite, we phased it out because it became very difficult to determine any kind of clarity exactly what the requirements were. I personally believe this was due to multiple players who had won this award, their main reason being drug related. Players and media should vote on this award, but players' votes should be weighted more because they spend more time with the team and can tell you who's the most valuable veteran. Unlike the Most Improved Player, which favors up and coming young players, this award is specifically for players 27 and older and is presented to a player who has recovered from a subpar season after achieving success in the past. The award can also be named after two Hall of Fame players. First, Moses Malone, due to his lack of discussion in all-time rankings despite having multiple MVPs, a ring, and also 13 All-Star appearances. Another option could be Dominique Wilkins, who came back very dominantly off his torn Achilles injury in 1992. Some NBA players who could have won this award in the past could have been Chris Paul during his 2019-2020 season. After the 2019 Western Conference Semifinals 6-game series loss to the Golden State Warriors, the Houston Rockets were ready to trade Paul due to rumors of locker room drama between him and James Harden. On July 16, 2019, the Rockets sent him to the Thunder for 4 first-round draft picks for Russell Westbrook, which actually had depleted their roster due to the Paul George trade that happened 6 days prior. With the help of the 6th Man of the Year candidate Dennis Schroeder and Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, he led the Thunder to a 5th seed in the West and a first-round exit from the Houston Rockets. He actually ended up making his first All-Star team for the first time in 3 years since leaving the Clippers. Our next possible winner could be Pascal Siakam during the 2021-22 season. At the end of the 2021 season, Siakam went into the offseason with a lot of work after missing the playoffs for the first time in his career. The 2020 season, Spicy P actually made All-NBA second team and won the NBA Finals with Kawhi Leonard. But since Kawhi had left for LA, there were a lot of expectations on Siakam going in. Surprisingly, he did not make the All-Star team despite having a higher field goal percentage, steals, rebounds, and assists than his All-Star season. He ended up making All-NBA third team with the help of Scottie Barnes and made the playoffs again to help bring Toronto back to at least some sort of contendership. The next idea for an award can be tied in with the sponsorship and can be used for any player across the league regardless of experience. The Red Robin Player of the Year is given to the player who is best recognized as the second option on their team who contributed to their team's success despite having elite teammates. This can also be used for third or fourth options on the lineup as well, but the team must have a clear first option for said player to be given this award. Examples of this award would be Cat or John Morant. Both players were sole all-stars from their organizations, making them clear first options this past season. This award can also be partnered with Red Robin, which adds a little incentive on the player's end to earn this award. Media members alone should vote on this award due to it being slightly uncomfortable for players to admit they're literally second options. Here are some of the possible winners of the past. Anthony Davis's bubble season was one to never forget, finishing the year first team All-NBA and All-Defensive with 26 points, 9.3 rebounds, and 2.6 blocks. That was all his averages, which was actually third in blocks that year. Those were all of his averages. He went crazy that season. There is no doubt in anyone's mind that the addition of Anthony Davis to the Lakers was simply the driving force in them winning the title that year. Of course, the leadership of LeBron James helped, but the two-way dominance of Davis, that year made the Lakers easily the most unbeatable team that season. Our next possible winner from the past is Jaylen Brown during the 2022 season. At the start of the season, the Celtics were actually as low as out of the play-in tournament, turning up during the mid-season break, and towards the end, Boston earned the second seed. He eventually dropped 50 points January 2nd against the Orlando Magic. His teammate Jason Tatum 3 weeks later would actually drop 51 points against the Wizards and 54 points March 6th against the rival Brooklyn Nets. Tatum would be gifted with all NBA first team honors while Brown didn't even get an all-star nod. This award is perfect for Brown because the Celtics do not capture the second seed without the Tatum and Brown 1-2 punch. This next award we will talk about has a counterpart that has been a staple in the league for years, and it's time we give it the looks it needs. But before I show you this award, let's talk about some honorable mentions for awards that the NBA needs to add. Playoff MVP. This award is given annually to the most valuable player of his team during the NBA playoffs. Some possible winners of the past could be Jimmy Butler during his bubble run, or LeBron James whenever he was in the Eastern Conference. The Ultimate Iron Man Award is given to the player who has also played 82 games in the season but has played the most minutes within those 82 games. The 2022 recipient of the Ultimate Iron Man Award winner would be Mikal Bridges. The 2022 Iron Man Award winners would be Saddiq Bey, Danny Avdija, and Dwight Powell. Our last honorable mention would be a new third all-defensive team and 3 new all-offensive teams. The Offensive Player of the Year is given to the best offensive player during the regular season. The award will most likely go out to the scoring title, but double-digit assist and high offensive rebounding numbers should play a small role, one more than the other. This award is needed for 2 main reasons. Of course, we have a Defensive Player of the Year, so why haven't we added an Offensive Player of the Year already? That's the first reason, and that's all I need to say. Number 2, this award is needed so we can differ a dominant offensive season from an MVP season. A perfect example of this is our first past winner of the award, James Harden, during the 2019 race against Giannis Antetokounmpo. Harden during this season averaged 36.1 points, 7.5 assists, while shooting 37% from the arc and 44% from the field. That season, he also led the league in total points, offensive win shares, offensive box plus minus, points per game, free throws attempted and made, 3-pointers attempted and made, and win shares. Adding this award could have avoided the whole Giannis and Harden rivalry, but hey, it was must see, and Giannis did end up getting the last laugh with that terribly funny pass to Harden's face. Our next possible winner is from the past, which is Kobe Bryant during the 05-06 season. Bryant had made many strides in the game up to the point even finishing second in MVP votes being a 7-time All-Star. Much of this debate until the day still goes on about who is the true MVP of the season, but I'm not here to change anyone's mind. What I can say without a doubt though is that Kobe Bean Bryant, the Black Mamba, would have won the Offensive Player of the Year this season. This season, he actually averaged 35 points on splits of 35% from the 3 and 45% from the field. There's no doubt that Kobe had a domineering offensive season, leading the league in total points, points per game, field goals made and attempted, free throws made, and usage percent. To put the cherry on top, if that didn't convince you, all I have to say is 81. Yes, the second highest points scored in the game, which was done by Kobe this season. Our last recipient shouldn't be a surprise because of the way he changed the game over the past few years. Steph Curry during his 2019 campaign was something that was simply too memorable, and his second half is where he really started to heat up his play. He first passed Reggie to go second in all-time 3-pointers on the list, and we eventually know he became first passing Ray Allen, next winning his second 3-point contest in March, then in April surpassing Wilt for an all-time franchise points while being the only player in history to average 35 points on a 50-40-90 split in a month. To end the season against the Grizzlies, Curry actually put up 46 points to hold off Bradley Beal and win another scoring title while being the oldest player to average 30 points and win it. He ultimately lost in the play-in with a nail-biter 117-112 to the Grizzlies. But Steph should have won this award. And I remember during the interview he said something really crazy. And then this following season, he ended up winning the award. And had he had said that at the end and done this, he would have been a psych.
What's up, everybody? Make the right strides, take advantage of the summer, and don't want to see us next year.